โดยเนื้อหาวันนี้ที่เราจะคุยกันเนี่ยเทรนด์ของปี 2026 นี้เลยว่าปีนี้เนี่ยอะไรจะมาสิ่งที่วันนี้เราจะ dive into เข้าไปเลยก็คือเรื่องของตัว longevity หรือว่าศาสตร์ของการชะลอวัยที่แน่นอนเลยว่าจะเป็น hot issue ของณปีนี้มากๆ is exactly trend in 2026 what do you think
Today, we're not just talking about living longer. We're talking about living longer of a healthy life.
Actually, the longevity term now is like a buzzword in this time. Everyone listen hey, longevity.
So, first of all, in order to understand the trends, we need to understand longevity better. Start by smiling. Smiling is the best medication that you've got for anything.
รู้ลึกรู้จริงรู้ทันทุกศาสตร์ความงามกับ SkinTalk เย้โดยเนื้อหาวันนี้ที่เราจะคุยกันเนี่ยก็จะเป็นเนื้อหาเกี่ยวกับเทรนด์ของปี 2026 นี้เลยว่าปีนี้เนี่ยอะไรจะมาอะไรจะไปและแน่นอนเลยว่าสิ่งที่วันนี้เราจะ dive into เข้าไปเลยก็คือเรื่องของตัว longevity หรือว่าศาสตร์ของการชะลอวัยที่แน่นอนเลยว่าจะเป็น hot issue ของณปีนี้มากๆแต่แน่นอนว่าหมอคุยคนเดียวเนี่ยมันก็จะไม่สนุกเพราะฉะนั้นวันนี้เนี่ยหมอจะขออนุญาตคุยเป็นภาษาอังกฤษในระดับงูปลาเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยคุณครูภาษาอังกฤษคนไหนฟังแล้วรู้สึกขัดใจเนี่ยสามารถที่จะแบบคอมเมนต์ทิ้งไว้ได้เลยเนาะเพื่อการเรียนรู้นะแต่ว่าถ้าเกิดว่าใครฟังงูปลาของหมอไหวเนี่ยก็ช่วยเป็นกำลังใจให้กับภาษาอังกฤษน้อยๆของหมอด้วยละกันก็จะพยายามไปพร้อมๆกันเนาะว่าแล้วเนี่ยเราก็จะมาเริ่มกันเลยนะครับWelcome, Dr. Dean, to our SkinTalk podcast show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Okay, and then before we're gonna start, I'm gonna let something introduce you to our SkinTalker. Dr. Dean, who is specialized on longevity and then a regenerative of the medicine. He run this a worldwide aesthetic medicine for longer than me a lot. Okay, and then this topic we're gonna talk about what is exactly trend in 2026. What do you think?
So, first of all, in order to understand the trends, we need to understand longevity better.
Perfect.
So, our patients today, they always wanted to live longer. But in longevity today, we're not just talking about living longer. We're talking about living longer of a healthy life to extend the lifespan of our patients. And this is what we're trying to do. So we're trying to stay away from symptoms and to treat only symptoms. A wrinkle is a symptom.
Yep.
We want to try to stay away from it and to understand things more in the molecular level. Because what we know is the more we know, the more we understand, the more we explore, the better treatment options we can provide.
Exactly and clear. This one, because of actually the longevity term now is a buzzword in this time. Everyone listen hey, longevity. But exactly deep inside, it's not about just live longer, but just healthier. And then it come from inside your body. So healthier inside and out.
Correct,
right? Okay, the next question. And then how longevity connects to aesthetics medicine?
So actually, longevity and aesthetics goes hand in hand. It's the perfect synergy. On the one hand, we all know that when you look in the mirror and you like what you see, you feel better. So you want to look better. So it's not just a matter of externity, okay?
Yes.
It affects the internal self-being of who you are. And we need to find this balance between the external appearance to the inner self-centered of who we are and what we do.
Wow, perfect answer. And the next one is our highlight today. What's the major trend for 2026 in aesthetic medicine? First one, I think is gonna be biostimulator. Actually, in Thai, we use biostimulator for almost 2 years, and I found that it's quite suit for our Asian people as well. So this one I think is gonna be still rising What do you think?
I completely agree. We've been using biostimulator for a long time, but today we understand biostimulators better. And since we understand them, this is a new year. So since we understand them, we know better what to offer to our patients. So whether it's PLLA or calcium hydroxy, there are so many options that we can offer to our patients and to customize the treatment especially for them.
Actually, before we're gonna start to take this scene together, we talk about that you have experience for a PLA for 18 years. What different from that time till today?
So, when I started with PLLA so many years ago, we didn't know that much. We knew it was working because we could see the results, but we didn't really know on what we are affecting. Today, we have a much better understanding. We know exactly the type of fat cells that we've got in the body. We know the collagen type. So we know which collagen is increasing. We know what is correct to which patients. So even the patient selections today is entirely different than how it was in the past.
Wow. It's very a long run for you for 18 years. What about new devices and machine? Something like a breakthrough in this year?
Today, our patients needs lifting, okay? We are in an era of the GLP-1.
Agree.
Okay, that patients are losing weight rapidly and they need our help and support. But again, we're trying to look at it not just as the symptoms, not just as laxing skin. We want to do a few things in the same time. So when we combine modalities, devices that can offer on the one hand radio frequency, on the other hand ultrasound, on the third hand imaging. So when we combine those modalities, this is really the newest trends and the big experience that we can share with our patients.
Yeah, this one I personally totally 100% agree with you.
Today we understand that 1 + 1 is not two. It's not even 3 and it's not even 4. It's much more than
5,
this.
6, 7 is synergistic effect.
Exactly. And this is what we want to offer to our patients. The best of how we can help them.
Okay. And then it's I think it's going to be a last trend that we're going to talk about in 2026 about injectable evolution. Is there anything now emerge or a still trend?
So, our patients are trying to stay away from the overfill, okay? In the last few years, we've seen hyaluronic acids that plays a role as a volumizer.
Yeah.
But our patients are actually going back to their source and they want to look more natural. This is why we're using the injectables like Profilo, for example, which is a bioremodeler that doesn't give any volume. It treats the skin in the cellular level because it actually affects multiple layering of the skin.
A dermis and then subdermis.
Exactly.
And even a myoblast.
All the way till the bone. And within every layer, it affects a different cell. So by one injection, by one product, we're actually activating multiple cells that we need in order to find the balance between how we look to how we feel.
Okay. And then before we're going to close this session, there has many of longevity clinics that pop up around the world. What do you think about this one?
On the one hand, I think it's wonderful because we started at the beginning, longevity is here to stay because everyone wants to feel better, to look better. But it's important that when you go and find a longevity clinic, you check that the doctors there are knowledgeable,
yes,
that they are educated on the topic.
Agree.
Marketing slogans are very easy to bring. Results, on the other hand, are much more difficult. So you need to find someone that you trust because longevity is a journey. We want to start way before. We want to do everything preventive, okay? So you want a doctor that will go with you years and years. And this is, I really believe, the future. So 2026, get ready to look better and feel better.
I do love your one word, a long journey. This one is a touch my mind a lot. Not only for a treatment, but prophylaxis before. And then this one is going to be your long journey as well.
Exactly.
This is incredibly insightful. So it's a last session. Do you have any a word to say to our skin talkers?
start by smiling. Smiling is
Smiling.
the best medication that you've got for anything. Be optimistic, smile. If you start on a journey, find a doctor that you trust, that knows what they're doing, that will be with you along this journey. Okay, a good doctor is a doctor that only use the best products. Okay, and believe in yourself, believe in the inner part, just like you want to believe in the external part. These combinations, this balance between the two, this is what will bring the better side of longevity in you.
Excellent. So thank you very much for coming with me today. It is my honor to having you. So we hope that one day we're gonna talk each other like this again, maybe next year, and then next year I'm gonna ask you to come back to see with us again.
My pleasure ครับคุณครับ
Thank you very much ขอบคุณนะคะแล้วก็จบไปเรียบร้อยแล้วทุกคนสำหรับเทรนด์ในปี 2026 นี้เนาะสรุปได้เลยว่าเทรนด์ในปีนี้เนี่ยที่มาแน่ๆเลยเนี่ยทั้งโลกคือเรื่องของ longevity ศาสตร์ของการชะลอวัยที่ไม่ได้แค่เรื่องของความสวยความงามเท่านั้นนะแต่ว่ายังเป็นเรื่องเกี่ยวกับสุขภาพจากภายในที่ส่งผลในการเปล่งปลั่งสู่ภายนอกและที่สำคัญเลยอายุยืนเนี่ยจะต้องมาพร้อมกับสุขภาพที่แข็งแรงไปด้วยเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยในปีนี้เนี่ยสิ่งที่เรากำลังจะคลอดในส่วนของคลิปถัดไปเนี่ยก็จะเป็นในเรื่องของ longevity นั่นเองทุกคนเพราะฉะนั้นถ้าใครไม่อยากพลาดก็อย่าลืมกดไลค์กดติดตามเป็นกำลังใจให้กับพวกเราชาวทีมงาน SkinTalk กันแบบนี้ต่อไปเรื่อยๆในปีนี้และสวัสดีปีใหม่พุทธศักราช 2569 ขอให้ทุกคนมีสุขภาพแข็งแรงเดี๋ยวรอบหน้าเนี่ยก็จะมียายอิดหนอเข้ามาอวยพรทุกๆคนไปด้วยแล้วก็ขอพรกลับมาให้หมอๆด้วยเป็นกำลังใจให้หมอด้วยนะทุกคนสำหรับวันนี้สวัสดีครับเย้